Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. It's an unboxing, and it's an unboxing of a game I've had my eye on, which looks very interesting, and it is Cruel Necessity, the English Civil Wars of 1640 to 1653, a game by John Welch and published by Worthington. So what's all this about? Oliver Cromwell remarked that the beheading of King Charles was a cruel necessity. So Cruel Necessity is a solitaire game simulating the military, political and religious struggles of the English civil wars in the mid-17th century. You attempt to stop the advance of four armies bent on destroying Parliament and Puritanism, whom you represent. Simply holding on to London is not enough. You must also suppress the enemies of Puritanism, parliamentary government, and English domination. There are civil wars going on not just in England, but in Scotland and Ireland too, and each will have varying impact on the play of the game at different times. You will struggle deciding how best to preserve and propagate the principles of the Enlightenment and Reformation through the zeal your actions generate. So here's the map board. That looks great. Example of some of the cards and counters here. And the game components. That map is mounted. It says counter sheets, card decks, dice, rulebook, and player aid card. Game complexity is sort of quite high. I'd say that was like a 4 out of 5. But of course their solitaire suitability very high, 5 out of 5. As it says there, solitaire only, ages 14 plus, and victory within 1 to 3 hours. Right, let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, so let's open the box. There are the rules, so let's have a look through those. Rulebook is full colour, of course, glossy paper and 26 pages. Now, I haven't had a chance to have a good look through the rules, so if you're also new to the game, it's the first time for both of us, but looks like we've got a reproduction of the player aid that comes in the game there. So we'll have a look at the main headings. We've got the introduction, game equipment, how the game board works with explanations here, explaining the pieces. So it looks like you've got event cards, achievement cards, and battle event cards. And then setting up the game. The sequence of play. So you've got a series of phases there. Event, action, end, times, phase, and housekeeping. Your objectives. So how well you're doing is measured in positive and negative triangles. So positive triangles found in particular from raising the political markers for your cause of godly rule and republicanism. Negative happens will lower your score with the rising political markers, opposition and despair. Oh dear. Here's the event phase, the event card phase. How to resolve those. Achievements and events. Battles. Obviously a lot of sieging going on. A little play on words there. Now that all works. Zeal points, very important I think in this game. And here's the track going up and down. Battles using the battle display. Now that works. Extended battle example, which is good to see. The action phase. So you can spend the zeal points to bring the ungodly to heel. Quite right. You can purchase available achievement cards, deviltry markers. More besieging going on here. So it looks quite involved for a States of Siege game, which this is, of course, and I do love a good States of Siege game. A little bit about the Reformation, end times phase, housekeeping phase, and preparing the next Civil Wars deck. There are 3 decks, event decks in this, and that's how to prepare them. Victory and defeat, final victory point score example, which is quite extensive. Here we've got some optional rules and other scenarios by the looks of it. We've got first Civil War setup, second Civil War setup, and there's the other one, third Civil War setup. There we go. Them's the rules. Here's the player's aid we saw in the front of the rule book. So we've got key to words and symbols, success and failure, Siege of Oxford. Here's a little sequence of play and the list of player actions. And on the other side, we've got the tactical battle sequence of play, rules to remember, and some other helpful information at the bottom. Next, there are 2 sheets of pre-cut, pre-rounded counters. Here's the first one. These counters look really good. As I said earlier, I'm not sure what all these mean. We've got Irish troubles there, though, and some clubmen. And here's the other side. Second counter sheet. And the other side of that. Next in the box would be the mounted map, but I'll show you that last, because in the bottom of the box is a handy dandy storage tray. And I've seen that before in Worthington games. For instance, in my copy of Malta Besieged, we had one of these as well. Very handy. And in that storage tray, we can see 2 D6s, blue and red, and some cards. So let's have a look at those. So, as we saw in the rules, there are 3 types of cards. Now, these are event cards, but they're a little different to the other event cards because they've got something on the other side. We've got the 3 colours here. These colours are to do with which deck it goes in, I think. So we've got those, but we've also got a load more event cards with their colours. I won't go through them all because we all like surprises, but you can see we've got a ton of those. Then we've got the achievement cards, again with their coloured strip, telling you which deck they go in. These are linen finished, by the way. They're rather nice, but I'll probably still, sleeve them. And then we've got the battle events. There he is, warts and all. Nice pictures on these. There we are. That's the cards. And last but not least, we've got this rather good looking map board. Here it is. It's a gorgeous looking map, and not too bad a footprint. So here we have Scotland, England and Ireland. We have our draw and discard pile for our cards. Here's the track, which we've got to keep an eye on. Forces of godly rule and republicanism. Here we've got a strength and DRM modifiers holding box. We've got certain circles here with card numbers, so something special probably happens when those cards turn up. Over here, it's the Royalist Cavalry Units draw pool and musket and pike draw pool for the Royalists. This, I think, is like the battle area. I'll have a zoom in so we can see them in more detail, but here we've got the parliamentary named units holding box and the cavalry units draw pool, and their musket and pike draw pool as well. 3 boxes. We've got victory, draw and defeat. Not sure if that's to do with battles. Recovery units here are not returned to their draw pool or holding box until after the next battle. And we've got sort of battle events, draw and discard areas there. And zeal points are recorded down the bottom there. Let's have a zoom in. We've got, you can see Durham, Chester, York and Hull. And then up the top left of the map, close up of the available achievements. I think they're placed there and you can purchase them if I remember rightly, but a maximum of 3 is available. If you draw a 4th, you must choose one of the above 3 cards and discard it. Here's the top right, and as we move down, we can see those victory, draw and defeat boxes, the recovery box and the battle events card boxes. And down the bottom, we can see the zeal points track. Down at the bottom left of the map, we've got this little Irish Troubles. Looks like a little loop thing that's going on there, and the draw and discard areas for the cards. And along the left-hand side of the map, here's a close-up of that Forces of Godly Rule and Republicanism track, which you have to keep control of. There you go, that's the map. Great looking map. I can't find who was the artist for the map. The only thing I can find is the creative director, Sean Cook. If you're the map designer, well done. If not, let me know. We can at least acknowledge who designed this great looking map. Right, that's everything in the box. So this has been an Open the Box, an unboxing of a solitaire States of Siege game, designed by John Welch and published by Worthington Publishing. Cruel Necessity, the English Civil Wars of 1640 to 1653. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. If you did and you haven't done so already, why not think about subscribing to the channel? Really does help. The other thing that's of great benefit to the channel is if you push the like button, the thumbs up underneath the video. That tickles the old algorithm for the channel. And if you want to be informed of other content the channel uploads, then push the bell. As always, I encourage you to leave a comment. A couple of people have already commented about this game to me, saying it's quite hard, but there's some great historical narrative, some great learning about the English Civil War in this game from what I've been told. But what do you think? Let me know, because I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you so much. And just before I go quickly, if you wish to support the channel a little bit further, you can. You can buy the channel a coffee. There's a link for that in the description. Or you can push the super thanks button underneath the video. And those little donations really do help the channel to keep ticking along. So thank you. Right then, looking forward to getting this on the table. And we'll try and bring this to you as soon as we can, although I've still got a bit of a queue to get through. But who knows what the next video will be. But whatever it is, I hope you can join me for that. But until then, as always, you take care and goodbye.